Welcome to the Explainer. Sometimes the biggest challenge for a global software giant isn't technology, it's local law. We're talking about making a powerful business tool speak the super complex language of a country's tax code. And today, we're heading to Bosnia and Herzegovina to see a team that's actually cracked it.
So, if you're a business in Bosnia and Herzegovina, you know this question all too well. Can a huge global ERP system like Odoo really comply with your country's very specific fiscal laws? For a long time, trying to make a world-class system fit into those strict, hyper-local regulations has been, well, a massive headache.
For so many, the answer was just a flat-out no. It seemed impossible. Until now. And here's the thing. We're not talking about some idea on a whiteboard. We're looking at a complete working solution that proves it's totally possible because it's already out there running in real businesses. All right, so let's get into it. What is this solution and who are the local experts that pulled it off?
So this is a complete Odoo Bosnian localization from a company called Bring.out. And you have to understand, this is not some generic plugin. It was built by a dedicated team right there in Bosnia. We've got programmer Ernad Hazarmovic and system administrator Jasmin Beganovic. And here's what's so crucial. Their core expertise isn't just coding, it's Bosnian accounting and tax law. They built this thing from the ground up with a deep, practical understanding of how business actually works there.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work? The best way to really get it is to just follow a single transaction from start to finish. Let's see the system in action.
All right, so it all starts the moment goods come in the door. The system is immediately smart enough to tell the difference between different types of inventory. Is it ROBA, standard goods you're planning to sell, or is it sit in inventar? Think of it like small inventory, office supplies, things that need to be depreciated over a couple of years. The software just knows and automatically applies the completely different accounting rules for each one. That happens right from the get-go. And that leads to this really powerful piece of automation they call contiering. Basically, it's about automatically applying the correct accounting codes. Because the system does this on its own, it just slashes the risk of human error and guarantees that every single entry is perfectly aligned with the official Bosnian chart of accounts.
Okay, now we get to the real moment of truth. This is the make or break step for pretty much any business in Bosnia, printing a legally compliant fiscal receipt in real time.
Let's be clear, fiscalization is absolutely non-negotiable. Every single B2C sale has to be registered with the tax authorities, instantly, through a certified fiscal device. And this, right here, is where so many generic off-the-shelf systems just fall flat on their face. So what the Bring.out module does is create this totally seamless, secure pipeline. Odoo sends the invoice data over, a secure server processes it, and then boom, the command is sent directly to the physical fiscal printer. There's no messing around with manual file transfers or clunky workarounds. It's just a direct, automated, and secure connection. And this quote, it just captures the moment perfectly. The invoice is printing. Now look at that paper. This wasn't some scripted line for a commercial. This was from the developer during a live demo. That's the sound of pure confidence, of someone who knows their system just works, waiting for that physical proof to roll out of the printer. And success. The printer spits out fiscal receipt number 6679. It just plain works. And this is the part you really need to get. This wasn't a test or a simulation. This is documented, successful proof in a system that's ready for production. But business is rarely just about simple, straightforward sales, right? The real test of any localization software is how it handles all the tricky nuances, especially when it comes to something like Bosnian VAT law. Take this, for example. The system has to know the difference between a standard business sale, poslovna potrošnja, and what's called internal consumption, or neposlovna potrošnja. Think about it. That's when a company uses its own goods, maybe as a gift or for internal use. To the inventory system, a product is gone. But to the taxman, the VAT treatment is completely different. And you can bet that getting that wrong causes some serious headaches. And of course, the Bring.out module handles this perfectly. It knows exactly which transaction is which, and it automatically drops the numbers into the right columns on the official VAT report for the tax authority. That means the report is ready to go, no manual adjustments needed. So what happens if you make a mistake? Well, the process for voiding an invoice, what's known as a storno, is just as streamlined. You create a credit note in Odoo, and that automatically tells the fiscal printer to issue a reversal receipt. Then you just manually handle bringing the inventory back into stock, and the VAT report, it's instantly updated to reflect the whole thing.
It's a clean, clear process.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. What does all of this really mean for a business trying to operate in Bosnia and Herzegovina?
Well, what have we actually seen here? We've seen a solution that delivers full compliance with local accounting rules and tax laws. We've seen proven, live, documented fiscalization that just works. It handles all those complex little details like internal consumption and invoice reversals. And, maybe most important of all, this isn't some beta test or a coming soon project. This is a production-ready solution that's working right now.
And really, this gets to the secret sauce. This software wasn't built by a bunch of developers just trying to interpret complicated tax law from a book. It was built by a team whose core expertise is Bosnian accounting. That's why the logic is so perfect. It's not just theoretically correct, it's built to align with how businesses actually work in the real world.
Ultimately, this is a powerful example of what happens when local expertise meets world-class technology. The bring-out solution takes the incredible power of Odoo and makes it speak fluent, legally compliant Bosnian. It proves that a complete, powerful, and compliant ERP for Bosnia isn't some dream for the future. It's a reality, right now.
And that really leaves us with one key question, doesn't it? Is your business software holding you back, or is it actually built for the way you really work? Are you fighting with your tools, or are your tools fighting for you? Thanks for joining this explainer.